Nope, I didn't get the beer. I didn't get the glass. I didn't do it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Whoa. I'm getting used to the chair. Here it is. If you're wondering about the thumbnail, it's like, that's what it looks like. Now, what that? Listen here. There we go. Now, no. Next thing to remember is I have to pour this, and I know for certain that I dropped it. So there's that. Ignore everything over here. There. Much better. Sugar Kitty Meow. That's you. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. It's always greatly appreciated. I was thinking, plans of possibly visiting Virginia are coming up in my mind. And driving there goes past a certain vicinity where the Hershey Park might be. I might have to pay you a visit again. If you're up for it. Which, again, if I'm up for it, I don't know. Still up in the air, though. Still just thoughts. And we did have that MapQuest stream where I was looking at hotels and everything. What I wasn't thinking about is the cost. Not really. I was looking at the prices of staying at a few places, and I looked again right now. It's the same, if not more. So there's going to be a likelihood of me sleeping in my car for that entire trip. Unfortunately, unless someone wants to fit the bill for me staying at some kind of hotel, which still haven't figured that out yet. There's a possibility. It still costs too much, though. Did this just die in me instantly? Why use some? Our light source conked out immediately. Might have left it on, though. All I know. Zenboot, I see you there. Hold on. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. It's always greatly appreciated. Zenboot was the one who donated this rather interesting can to the channel. Go Brewing. Pop KillCo's here. Hi, Dad. Welcome. How's your new phone? I'm going to open this with the thought process that this might explode. Because it fell on the floor yesterday. Which is why today I was like, I should probably open this before I drop it again. We're good. Surprisingly. Surprisingly to me. I don't know why that song got in my head just now, but there it is. It's going to look like less. It is 12 ounces, obviously. Can sized. The thing is, the brewery that I went to, or would go to, had a very different type of pour. As you can see, there's a few extra ounces for their pours. And their cans, I think, were bigger too. I'm not sure of that. But it looks great, right? Nice good head. It does look reddish. It wasn't lying. Aft Brew and Go Brewing. Non-alcoholic. With rich malts and good fortune. That's on the can. Kathy Huey, hello. Where do you think you're going? That's for you. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. It's always greatly appreciated. Simple ingredients. I think they've done commercials about this. Like they say, only the best, only the something, but it's water, barley, hops, and yeast. Which is that's exactly what a beer should be. So that's good. I don't know a lot about brewing, but I know a little. Kind of goes with the territory of knowing a little bit about whiskey. Naperville, Illinois. Naperville? Naperville? Illinois beer. So with that in mind, cheers everyone. Punk, let me know what's in your glass. If anything. Oof, that is malty. Made me think of those candy malt balls. It smells like a beer. Actually, it smells like a brewery. It smells like what it should, sort of. I've been in breweries before. I've been in distilleries before. And there is always that area where they're fermenting. And it's got a bit of a fermenting vibe. Like the actual fermentation process. That's not a bad smell. It's just, that's what's coming to mind. Homemade whiskey sours tonight. What the heck? They definitely go for the maltiness. Ooh. Ooh, it's like toasted nuts of some sort. Ooh. That's very nice. There's not a lot of body to it. So I was expecting a little more. Maybe I'm just thinking of thinking too hard about like a Guinness or something. I know that's not what this is. It's not going for that at all. Sour plum rye. Oh, that sounds nice. Not much at the start. And this is the buildup of a like burnt caramel. I mean burnt. Not like not crispy. Well, it's maybe with a creme brulee, but not in the way I would normally do it. Like it's not too much sweetness to it. It did say, I did accidentally see a few tasting notes. I don't know if it was on the can. I think it was on the website, actually. Where it gave me a few subliminals. I know caramel was one of them. I don't see it on here, though. Yeah, it's thin and okay. There you have it, folks. End of the tasting. Thin and okay. But they did. They put a lot into this. Which they have to, mind you. They have to put a lot of oomph into their product when they're trying to sell a beer that has no real alcohol in it. You're like, look how pretty the can is. It's got a leprechaun on it. Buy it, please. I'm just glad I'm living in a time where non-alcoholic stuff is more mainstream. Noise, sorry. Jesus. Background music here. Background. Mama KillCo, hello, welcome. Welcome. I sent you a text. Mama KillCo's been dealing with the joys of having a cell phone recently. We've all been there. Oh, I have things to do. I have a list of reminders on my phone, and I've done about 2 of them. Let me see. It's stupid stuff. It's like have dinner, order groceries, take medication. I did that. Ooh, did I completely do that though? I have a bad habit of doing a partial with that. Took my medication this morning. Ugh. I don't think I drank much water at all today, which is a problem. I know what I didn't do. Everyone's gonna black out for a second. I was in the process of doing it, and then I stood up, because that's what I do. Everything's gonna go dark. Don't panic. Everything is fine. In fact, you're just blinking your eyes for a long time. There you go. Easy. Productive weekend. Hold on, I gotta go backtrack, because I did this wrong. There we go. Get things in line here. Pop KillCo's here. Downtown. Nothing wrong with big cans. I see what you did there. Peter White, welcome. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. As always, it is greatly appreciated. Duh. Music's been weird today. There were a few others. And again, the strangest thing about it is the smell. Only because it's spot on for a fermentation room. Which again is not a bad smell, it's just a very specific one for me to have while smelling this beer. Listen, relax. Ripes. Apparently the music selection tonight is a bit intense. You need a little something in the background, nothing crazy. You don't even need to hear it really. Which you cannot now. I turned it down just a smidge and that went from hearing it to not hearing it at all. There you go. As background as possible, please. Oh. Zen Dude said he had a productive weekend. 8 things off the list, Jesus. I had a productive weekend. It was exhausting. Or at least Friday was exhausting. Yesterday was fine. Very background, yeah. It's so background you hear nothing. How'd everything go with 4-Leaf? I wasn't there. I was distracted. I was probably I was playing Valheim. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. Because I've been distracted by that game a little bit. Put a mustache on that mustache. No. We don't like that. It's a mess. One thing anyone with a mustache will tell you, they don't want stuff getting in the mustache because then it's there. And they have to deal with it. But it did have a good foam to it there. Which is nice. Again, it's non-alcoholic, so it's hitting all the marks as far as like look and appearance and stuff. Smells a bit. Taste is fine. It's making me think of, I wanted to say it's making me think of Cheerios. That's not quite true. It's making me think of cereal that looks like Cheerios that cost less and is probably a brand by the grocery store. Or comes in a bag. Just like a plastic bag. Hangnazy, hello. Welcome. Wow. Thank you for bringing your time and attention. Yours always great appreciated. Interesting. It's only 12 ounces, man. Mom. Stop trying to speak. There he is. He looks... Okay, so the intensity of this drink is not that. When you look at this guy, you're thinking, all right, he's a little more than inebriated. He's on something else. There's something else going on here. And it's not just the booze, because it's non-alcoholic. It's not the booze. This man is on cocaine. Especially with the hand signal. Ah! I'm terrified this is some kind of AI image, though. It feels like close to that. Close to that. Maybe it isn't, but nowadays you look at any kind of imagery or marketing or anything, you're like, did they use AI to make that? I can't tell, which is part of the scary part. The March Madness. He is at 11, and NA Bear is at 3. Yes, agreed. He is at a different level of intensity than... And then we have the little slogan of rich malt and good fortune. They do promise the rich malt. They deliver. There's big maltiness on it. The good fortune, well, we'll see. I didn't feel like I had any good fortune going on this morning. I was playing computer games. And I think I died 3 times. Which is more than usual. It was one, I was playing the game and the server crashed on me and I died because of that. The other time, I think it was a player, and it was such a bad fumble, and I felt terrible about it. I'm going to forget it happened. Like another player killed me and 2 other people, so it was bad. And then... what? And the third time, I think, was just stupid. I was doing so well, I was trying to escape. And then there's that moment in the games where you go like, oh man, I'm out of here, here we go. You jump over something, or you just turn a corner, and there's this thing right in front of you that's like, I am death. And you go, oh, and you run. And I did that, and I ran, and it clipped me right as I was trying to get into the area I wanted to go into to leave. And then I was down not long after that. That was unpleasant. The rest of the gaming experience was fine. Plenty of times I met with players who were really chill. Thank you all for coming in here. Like and subscribe. Join us on Patreon or join us as a YouTube channel member. Or both. Please. There you go. It helps me out. It helps me do things. It helps me stay motivated. And overall, it helps me pay my bills. So there's that. Got the Huey's back. Oh. James Morgan, did you slip in here while I was talking? You're welcome. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here as always. I greatly appreciate it. So it's good that we have another type of brand to go to. Get it? To go brew anyway. It's hard because I can't hear you laugh. I'm sure you all did though. That was hilarious. Mama KillCo's promoting herself again. Look out. Wow. Anyone in the area? I've already signed up for a show on the 16th. I think on the weekends they have matinee versions like at 2:30. Ugh. My eyes are tired. It's annoying. This is definitely computer game music. Oh, I know what I need to do. Crud. We still haven't gotten a real Guinness this month. Shoot. So I invite all of you down to the local pub to go with me and have a pint. I think they have real pints there. I forgot. That requires me going somewhere and doing something, which, as all of you may know, is a lot. Although some of you are very happy that I went to a performance on Friday because I couldn't stream that day. I did. I streamed in one way. Let's see, I see you laughing. You're all laughing hysterically now, I see it. Actually, do the emote things buttons have laughter? I forget. Or just hearts. Hearts and celebratory things. I forget what they are. Can I even look? I can. No, they don't have... Yeah, they do have laughter. There we go. I'm going to laugh at myself. Amazing. That's what those are useful for. Oh, yeah. We have an unfortunate reality here, is that athletic brewing, some people like. And some people have said that people like it. I don't know what those people are doing. I don't know. Because I've tried numerous versions of them and I don't like any of them. As far as Bureau, that's the top of the, that's cream of the crop. We like Bureau, noon wheat specifically. This one's good. I had 2 beers yesterday, no, Friday, sorry. And they were the same one. They weren't supposed to be. It was supposed to be, I was getting a, I got a non-alcoholic beer. I forget the brand now though, shoot. Zenbu knows, it's the one we had when we were at O'Brien's, I think. It was the version I like, which is a... This is one of those days, man. My brain is not doing what I want it to. The type of beer I like is a Kolsch. There we go. It's a Kolsch style. I forget what the brewery is. But I had one of those with this beef stew I had that night on Friday, which was delicious. I don't think I posted that. I think I was supposed to post that, or maybe I did post that. I forgot I posted it. But posting things on Instagram is exhausting. Let me check. I did post it. Good. Good. Just the music again. Calm down. Yes. Show you my beef stew and fictitious beer. There we go. Delicious. Focus. There you go. Look at it. It's glistening. Look at that slop. Oh, it was so good. It had a little sourdough bread thing with it. I ate it up. What I wasn't thinking about, though, is that was like an appetizer for some people. I was like, this is dinner. And then the lady's like, get anything else? I'm like, no. That was his best day. That's right. Best day and a Kolsch. That's the one. I had one of those right there with the stew. And then what I wanted to do, what I ordered and wanted at the time, was when I was at the venue, they had a bar, and they had pizza, which was very nice. It was like $1 a slice, and it was like a nonprofit donation type thing. So it was fine. And I'd already eaten, so I only had one slice anyway. And along with that, I was going to order a non-alcoholic Guinness, which they had option. It was an option, but this was, of course, after the St. Patrick's Day week, so they hadn't really restocked, so I had to get that other one. It is. We live in a weird world, though. Where I take pictures of food and put it on Instagram. Here's the thing. In my case, I don't know what other people's cases is. I know in my case, it's like, look, I went out and did stuff and had food. I've checked off all the boxes. I was out in public. I was traveling at some degree in a social setting there. I was in a social environment. And I was eating food, which I'm really bad at doing. For example, I haven't had dinner yet. I don't remember what I had for lunch. Oh, I had a sandwich and I had soup. That was fine. But I need to have dinner. And I hope I don't forget to do that after the stream ends. And I'm expanding my palate, is what we call it. Sometimes I'm attempting to do that or thinking about doing that by going to different restaurants. I am unfortunately like many Americans who go to very narrow mindset of like restaurants. Usually there is some kind of chicken sandwich involved, steak, very rarely, burger, fries, that's a big one, the occasional stew, occasionally, fish and chips. I usually don't get a salad if I'm going out to eat, because I'm not interested in eating salad when I go out to eat. I can do that here. Educational, yeah. It really is just to let people know I went out and did stuff. And on the side of it, it's like I'm a whiskey sommelier, so people are like, you have good taste. I'm like, I do? I mean, yes, I do. Here, go eat this food at this place. It's good. I said so. Pasta bake night. I gotta remember that's a thing. I have copious amounts of pasta. Like I have 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese, which I'm going to have to do something with. At this point, though, I'm thinking I need to do some kind of pasta bake thing. Pasta, yes, but that's another rare one. I don't go out for like... I don't go out to have pasta and meatballs when a staple in my diet is pasta and meatballs. Yeah, if I did get a salad, it'd be chicken Caesar salad. I gotta admit. And lately I've been... Again, I receive food from a pantry nearby. I just recently changed my requests because they give you what you've asked for, but only sort of. And I had been getting so many canned goods, like soups, canned soups galore. I have enough canned soups to survive on for the next year. And that's because I don't eat soup very often, especially not canned soup, because the sodium content is insane. It's not a healthy option, at least not for me. I'm borderline high blood pressure. Not there yet, but give it time. Give it time and enough soup. That's what'll happen. But anyway, like I've been getting a lot of sodium and not so great food to me because it's just what I've been given. And those 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese over there are one of those, on top of the 2 pouches of macaroni and cheese that are over there, and the entire bag of macaroni and cheese that is in my freezer right now. There's a weirdness about the food pantries in the United States, where we'll give you something to eat, but it'll kind of kill you. And you can't say anything against it. Like, they're giving you food for free, how dare you? I'm like, yeah, they're giving me stuff that's not good to eat. It's not like any kind of... Any nutritionist can look at what I've been given and go, ooh. It's like, well, you won't be hungry. You might have high blood pressure and cholesterol for your rest of your life, but other than that, at least you're not hungry. It's a weird system, man. We don't even bother trying to give people a good food. Or good food is the wrong term. There's no balanced anything in it. Long term is a little risky, yeah. I probably will have to, but there's something that feels very wrong about a pantry giving you food that you requested, sort of. Again, they just kind of give me whatever and not eating it, or at least not saving it. But I can't give them the frozen stuff because it's frozen. I'll have to see. There's a local place in Tiverton that I can give it to. We'll see. I don't think they take frozen stuff though. And that was another place I went to, and the thing is, the pantries get enough. They get like why we're receiving food right now is because it's a good amount that they are getting, and they can just give it away without issue. But again, there's no focus on quality. It's quantity. That's what I'm trying to get to. The quality of the food is not ideal. The amount is good. You will get food, but there you go. A little cognac. That sounds nice. I almost got the bottle. Well, here's the thing. I went to a distillery also when I went up to see this event. And there was a moment of me thinking about buying a bottle. And then I went, who isn't buying any whiskey this year, Brian? And I went, oh no, it's you again. The guy who has a sensible financial thought process there. Don't buy bottles this year. Okay. With that said, you can donate a bottle to the channel if you really want to. And the only kind of thing I was trying to twist on there was I looked at the whiskey and went, no, no, no. And then I looked down. I'm like, oh, they have apple brandy. And my brain went, no. I had a thought. I was like, well, it's not whiskey, so technically I can buy it. And I do enjoy brandy. If I want apple brandy, it's down there. I think. I'm actually not sure where it is, but it's around. And it's actually might be up there. It's Andalusia. Andalusia did an apple brandy thing, and I really like it. I can have some brandy after this. Gradual impulse control, something like that. It helps that most of my credit cards are locked. I was actually some YouTube videos veered me off course today, and I started looking at my finances again. Doesn't feel great. I pulled up a spreadsheet and I started punching in the numbers. The only reason I'm thinking about it, and even like it's this thought in my head, is because the loan I have now, the APR is ridiculous. And I don't even like stating those words out because I still don't fully understand it. I know interest is bad, and APR has something to do with interest. And if that APR number is higher, that's bad. You want a low number, and I have a higher number. On almost all my credit cards, they're bad. So the thought process is, all right, take all the money I have in credit card debt, loans, all that nonsense, except for the ones that are already low. Just leave those alone. Get another loan to use all of that on these credit cards with high interest, and have the loan have a lower APR. Is that what I'm supposed to do? That sounds right. But I have 2 credit cards that are like 25 or 26% APR, which is obscene. And that needs to go. We can't stay with that. That is definitely being in debt for the rest of my life. So the best thing we can do now is stop all credit card use. That's hard. And then pay everything off, which is also hard. Next on Brian Tackles Finances. KillCo Conundrum Finances. Ugh, it's bad. There's always going bankrupt, which also sounds bad. And I think if that happened, I would lose the car. We're not doing that. Robbie Peter pay ball. That's what Mama and Pup KillCo did. I was gonna ask Mama KillCo if we can talk to the tax guy again, because I remember there was a form I didn't give him any numbers on. I don't know if it's all said and done and over, but there are a bunch of numbers on here that are fairly high. And this is the printout I forgot to bring. But I don't know what the deal is. You let me know. If I can give him a phone call or something and tell him the numbers. That'd be cool. Because a couple of them are pretty high. Yeah. Yeah. This was the card I used for some of the more expensive things, unfortunately. But I don't know if it would, like, change it from 0. Having 0 as your taxes on both ends is good. But if I could get some money back from it, that would be better. That's the thing. That's basically what it is. It is Kraft macaroni and cheese with a different label. With a pantry label. I'm starting to wonder if, like, United States pantries have started to get their own brand. They might. I don't know. Because I have them that are just called pantry. I'm like, So Mama and or Papa KillCo, if you heard that, let me know. Not the end of the world. A correction, okay. I'm gonna send him the file. Yeah, let me know his info. Like, Mom, if you can send me his email address. And I can send him this with some marks. Like, just circle the areas he needs to look at. Because all these are like the distillery stuff. And food and travel. Like, I gave him good info, but I also used this credit card the most for the traveling. As far as expenses go. And this is from the 5th to the 29th. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then there's one in Texas. I didn't even do that. I didn't even touch the Texas stuff. I forgot. Other than the mileage. Uh-oh. Yes, I imagine they are. Youngling. That's a lot of it. I know there are a fair few people in my apartment complex that go there and get groceries every 2 weeks is when that happens. And I've been happy enough to get milk from them. That's been nice. I don't have to, I buy half a gallon of milk almost every week. And that's not much, but you know, if I don't have to pay it, cool. And it's even local milk, which is even better. It's the milk I would buy anyway. The best way I can put it. But I don't think I have access to it. Yeah, it's the milk I would buy because it's local, except for whatever reason, because I have to buy groceries in Massachusetts, because that's the closest mainstream name brand, big brand grocery store, Stop and Shop. They do not carry the milk that I like to get, which is local. It's annoying. I have to remember there was a time I didn't do taxes at all because I didn't make money at all. But I did work long enough to get on SSDI. Lucky me. So that's good. Okay, let's do this before I forget. There it is. There. Does that improve things greatly? I don't know. Feels a little better. Feels like one side isn't as dark as the other now. Isn't being an adult grand? I was having thoughts about that this morning, I think. Kind of. It was that little vague feeling of, I don't have to do anything today. And then I was like, oh, that's not true. In fact, I will have to start laundry after this. So that's exciting. I have a glow about me. It's just the shirt and a light. Yeah, this is what it's like without it. And this is what it's like with it on. Not a major difference, but it is more light. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 technically light sources. You only need 3, as I understand it. But I have 5. All at different lengths. There's one here, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, and there's one over there. And there's one above me. That's 6. Sorry, forgot. I honestly don't like being underneath this thing, though. It's one of those hanging things. There's a thought that it could fall on my head someday. It's always there. But it's been doing it. It's been staying there for so far. So, you know. And I would actually land on this. What if I was sitting like I normally would? It would definitely land on my head. Cheers to paranoia. And unnecessary anxiety. Do. Yes. That was another thing that's on here. There was a bottle I bought for the channel specifically. So that's a write-off, I think. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But again, there are a lot on here that are food related. The ones I had before were kind of food related, but this is like, let's see. Yep, food. Some of the names of these places are just weird. It's actually what helps is that I look at it and I'm like, that's a different state. You want to hear it? Sure you do. I don't remember what MT means. So MT, ND. Does that mean something else? No, MT, OR, WA, OR, OR, OR. OR, or a lot of these are in Oregon. Like most of them are. NV for Nevada. That's when I had to buy a towel because I didn't have one. And then Kentucky, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. All good. So I use that card for some of the major purposes, which is why I want to make sure I get Montana, North Dakota, Oregon. Yes. That sounds about right. It's going to be weird when I hit this September and it's like, I traveled the country a year ago. However, it's also going to be weird when in about a month-ish, I start traveling through my car again. The first trip we're thinking about now is going to Virginia to visit Virginia Stilling. There are the thoughts and ideas of staying at a hotel and then the harsh reality that costs lots of money. So we're probably going to default to sleep in my car. Four Leaf, hello. Welcome. Hold on, man. Hope you have a lovely stream. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. It's always greatly appreciated. We're having this little guy right now. Look at him. He's like your best friend. He wants you to be extremely happy about this non-alcoholic beer. Oh, sorry to hear that, Kathy. I didn't get to look at the flight. I saw it pop up on here. One of the few things that I allow notifications on is Patreon. I'm also my own thing. By the way, become a patron on Patreon or... Hold on. Join us as a channel member on YouTube. There we go. Thanks. It helps. Let's see. There's a single barrel from Jameson? What? Oh, Red Breast cast strength. Red Breast 10-year cast strength. What? Sorry, I'm spoiling everything. Sorry. I had to check for myself. Watch the replay, Kathy. You know you'll have replays. This is background noise, maybe. At least I am background noise. I know that for sure. I don't know what's going on here. Trying to keep my eyes from closing. Oh, gosh. We're almost done here. Yeah, not bad. Not great, though. I could say if you wanted a non-alcoholic beer and the can really got your attention, you'd be fine. It does lean towards the idea of an red. I want to say a red beer, but that's not exactly what I mean. It's the kind of beer I've had before. What's the type I'm thinking of when it's red? Can't remember. There was a version I used to get regularly, way back. Was it Harpoon? That doesn't seem right. Maybe? Or was it the one that had the horse on it? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I had any beer like that. Amber ale, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I'm going to red. That's wrong, right? That's not quite it. Yes, there's some amber ales I liked out there. Though I couldn't tell you which one I liked the most way back when. There are the Harpoon bottles up there. I need a better vocabulary is what I need. But I'm also finding that I don't do notes. I do more like experiences and thoughts and memories. Which is hard to deal with. Like people want the specific tasting notes, and I'm like, it reminds me of a place once upon a time in a forest far away that was in a cottage one sunset on a Tuesday. While I was drinking tea with my dog. You know? Like that kind of level of obscure. But if that's what I thought, I can't help it. Just like this, where I smelled it, and I thought of a fermentation room in a brewery or distillery. Here we go. We have more to come. They're in there. My fridge is over there. Yeah. I mean, I don't go into too much crazy detail. But it is always hard for me to get tasting notes. Because it's like trying to freaking... Think of my thought process as a fly that's darting around, and that's the thing I have to focus on. You like the Pilsner? Oh, good. Pilsners and me are kind of... Anything that makes me think of like a less kind of beer. I think Pilsner is just kind of equated with cheaper brand of beer. And that's why I go like that. It's a nice drink on a Sunday, though. Go with that. There, you know, it was good. I finished it. Well, good enough. I finished it before the stream even ended. Now, where's that brandy? I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to because I had a full-on pour of whiskey on Friday, which don't want to do that again. Found that out the hard way. Turns out a depressant affects me greatly when I drink it. At least a fair amount of it. And it did. Exactly. Have a microphone cover here. It's got labeling on it because it's fancy. And so is this. This is fancy. I wouldn't mind having this like up so you can see the road, but also it's right in my face. And I don't like the red wire. I could go to the effort of buying a different, like a black one, but I won't. So I will not. I will not do that. Oh, Zenbud, you'll be, or everyone, you'll be happy to hear that I can do samples again. Well, the sips, I keep saying. Yeah, well, I was in a hurry. That's the unfortunate part. I couldn't just like sip on the whiskey. I had to drink it fairly quickly and go to the event. Although they didn't start at 7. They started at 8. They started at 8. The first performer went for about 35, 40 minutes. And then after that, so it's like 8:30-ish, 8:45-ish. And then it went from that till 10. And that was good. They played for an hour. And they played the songs I wanted to hear. That's the important part. Right near the end, they started playing the songs off their album. Because all the other songs are like, oh, these are new songs. These are nice. He even had one song about the island I grew up on during the fog, because that island is well known for getting foggy. I don't think about it much now, but it's every once in a while the fog just rolls over that island. And 2015 Toned cast strength, hell yeah. Yeah, I couldn't find the caps. Like I hadn't lost any of the sample bottles, but only later did I find out that I have the caps over here, hidden behind my screen. There they are. And the reason they were over here is because I have to buy more. As you can see, that's all I have left. And that is about 4 to 5 of my sample packs. And I'm being generous with that. Since all my sample packs lately are 7, because we like the number 7 here, if you didn't know that. And yeah, I couldn't find those recently, and now I found them. So I can get all that situated. It was ridiculous. It was also when I was in a hurry to leave. Oh, thank you, KillCo. You sent it right away. Ugh, so many things I have to do after this. I have to do the podcast, which channel members and patrons get to listen to if they want. There you go. Sweet Pete. The pour I had at the distillery was a finished in Lefroy barrel whiskey, which I enjoyed. Again, it's a decent distillery, kind of. It's very... I can see it being an interesting place when it's busy, but it's a very large place in like an old factory type place. It's hard to explain. It's an old building. It looked like it was more like a warehouse area than anything. Very open. And when I've gone there the couple times I have, it's not very busy, but it's a big place, so it's hard to fill it up. But so far their whiskey is just okay. Like I wouldn't say, hey, you should go to this distillery, which is, I can say you can go to this distillery because it's one of the few that's in Rhode Island, but I would much rather tell you to go to Working Man Distillery because that place is amazing. It's not, I don't think they do any tours. I don't think they're up for that yet. And it's mostly the tasting area, like their environment. Wordsmith is tough to do, yes. Glengoyle, there we go. What I have to do next, within the next, well, about 10 minutes or so, I have to start the laundry, record the podcast, make dinner, eat dinner. And I get to wake up tomorrow and exercise, but before I even think about that, I have to remember that I need to finish up the groceries. Which also reminds me, how much do I have on the Snap card? I think there's $40. Maybe. This isn't the final week, is it? Almost. This is the final week, so I won't be able to get groceries until next Wednesday. Boo. And we only have approximately... I do have a long night ahead of me. It sucks. I should have done some of this throughout the day. Oh, it's less than that. Cool. So I have $34.58 left. Next deposited is in 10 days. How much do I already have in my cart? Next question. Probably close to that. Yes, and laundry, yeah. It's the whole thing. All right, we're good. I have 5 things in my cart, and it only equals $18. So that's about $10 more-esque. Almost-ish, something. Math. And I don't know what I can do with that, because, again, I have an abundance of soups and stews. I have whiskey in the basement, and the insurance gonna find. Oof. First of all, it's in your basement. That's the first step. Mine is all over here. It's all here. So I know where it is. But we are at that point where there's like bottles behind bottles, and I have to like look. It's not great. So, the next few hours and into tomorrow. Laundry. Paradis are lost on knock. Thank you for that. Laundry, start dinner, eat dinner, finish up pre-ordering groceries, go to bed, brush teeth, go to bed. Which is at least 2 to 3 hours of stuff right there. And then tomorrow morning, wake up, which can take an hour. If you didn't know, getting out of bed for me takes about an hour if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, it takes less, but an hour is usually between waking up into consciousness and getting enough of the pull, the willpower to move myself out of bed. It's exhausting every day. Really it is. Then once I'm able to do that, I get to go exercise in the morning, and then I pick up groceries after that. And then we'll see what happens after that. Oh, I also have to record the podcast. That's the other one. Don't forget that one. That's important. I was supposed to do that yesterday. Templeton of Doom. All right, guys. What are you doing? Stop it. Knock it off. We got 6 minutes left. Usually very fuddy-duddiness. There we go. All right, I also have to send an email to Joe. Tell him all about that. This is very tiny. Problem here is the print on this is small. I'll have to double check some of that. As for the rest of the week, I don't even want to start. We're not exercising as much as this week as we have been the last 2 weeks, because in the last 2 weeks I've been exercising 3 times a week each week. Mama KillCo, I texted you before I forget about that again. Oh, it's going to be an easy week as far as exercise go. I'm giving myself a very good rest week. Exercise tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no exercise. Friday, everybody. Everyone here, what happens on Fridays occasionally? What makes the stream go till 8 o'clock instead of 7? Or start at 8 o'clock instead of 7? What is it? Tell me. I know you know. Ugh. I definitely need to go to Psalm 3 at some point because I'm looking at my calendar and Psalm 2 graduation was in 2023. So we're going on 3 years. It's leg night. There you go. It's leg day. We'll be going to do our exercise on our legs. Yes. No guest, Ma. It's leg day. Friday's leg day. So the stream will be starting at 8 o'clock instead. Oh, we might have a little stream about Vincent Van Gogh again soon, because we also have World Bipolar Day coming up on the 30th. So the 29th will probably be talking about bipolar disorder. Your favorite. And I need to clean up my apartment because they're going to do a check on the 31st. Oh my gosh, it's all just torment. Torment and torment. Hold on. I have an Arno. Oh, those. No. Those are Roy's. Aqua Ite. His 2 picks. Inside. I will do those at some point. I have to do them both together. That's the problem. So, I'll do this real quick. Since it, okay, wow. Having a nice gliding chair is fun. Instead of being all herky-jerky. Look at that. Oh, that's the paper I tossed at the beginning. So we have the Loch Lomond. Let's see if this wants to focus at all. Do it. Here we go. 14-year-old. 58.2%, 1 of 236. There's Roy's little thing on the side there. Ugh. What was the difference between these two? I forget. Refill American Oak Hogshead. Is that what this one is too, or is it something else? Ah. Then we have this one here. Gotta get real close so it actually has nothing else to look at. Come on. Why do you hate me? Anyway, this is a 12 year. There we go, 12 year. There's his little logo on the corner there, Barflies and Aquavitae. This one's 53.1. And this is a first fill bourbon barrel. 2 Loch Lomans, different ages, different percentages. I haven't even looked at them yet. I don't even know what they look like yet. But these were a duo, and I bought both of them. And please don't ask me how much it cost, because it might be better to do that. Maybe I can get Roy to send a few people over here, because I'm going to taste these for the first time. Do it as a live stream instead. Because as a video it would work, but it would only work for people who might be interested. And we'll see. I'm looking forward to opening these. I'll say that for sure. Well, the first Loch Lomond pick he did was stellar, and I drank it all. It's gone. So, oh well. Time to go do laundry. Yay. Get out of here. Ugh. By the bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Yep. I will be back here on Wednesday, technically. But stay tuned. Put the bell icon on if you want. Bell thing if you want. I don't even know if that still exists. But anyway. That helps when I go live randomly, which I do often. It does. But there you have it, folks. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Special thanks to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.